Hey, good evening, friends. I hope everyone had an awesome winter time. It feels like spring is here. Some folks are still getting some snow. Blizzard warning in North Dakota. That was, yeah, pretty brutal. But for me, yes, spring has sprung. It's been nice and warm and cozy. I'm really enjoying it. It's getting to be that time of year where I do some spring cleaning and organizing. So yeah, I think I have an MG transmission, but all the MG pile is pretty well hacked down, and the rotary engine pile is almost gone. And the only thing I got is this giant pile of Subaru crap because I'm building everyone Subarus. I got to stop that. I got to learn to say no. No, I'm not doing anymore. Go away, Subaru Steve. But anyway, yeah, it's been busy. But I'm getting to where I can settle things down, slow down a little bit. So it's time to start working on some of my projects and Dad's projects. We can put all that other stuff out the door and get it going. So it's been good, as far as staying busy. But we have been making sure that we make things happen during the weekends on free time. You know, I listen to Dave Ramsey a lot and all that jazz, and I agree. You want to have money set back and an emergency fund and have your bills paid off. He kind of talks like, though, you need to suck all your money back for retirement, and then when you retire, work 2 and 3, maybe 4 jobs, whatever it takes, sacrifice every minute of your time so you can put that money back and be ready for retirement. But let me propose this to you. What if you don't make it to retirement? What if you don't make it to tomorrow, right? So I like to live for today. You have to steward your bills, and you have to have your bills paid, and if you don't have enough money come in, have a second gig. My whole career, I've been working since I was a kid, and my entire life, even when I was in the Army, I had a second gig, I was always fixing cars or fixing electronics, selling firearms. Anything I could do to make some extra scratch, I did. And it was, for a long time, it was difficult because I was married to Amber Heard, if you know what I mean. But aside from that, I've always had that second gig, and Sherry's always had a second gig too. And we merged great that way. We don't have to have that now. Now that we're at the age we're at and we're making the money we're making and all that jazz, it's working out. So we can take time on our weekends. I think New Year's Eve we went to the Sam Fish show. I'm not a huge fan. For me to go to a show, I have to be like fandom up here. I'll go to Pat's shows because we've been friends since 2007 or something. I'll go to Joe Walsh show because I've always been a diehard Joe Walsh guy, and I'll go to Larkin Poe show. There's a few others that I might go to, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. If I go to a show, it's just because it's serendipitous. You just show up and somebody's there, and let's do the show. Okay, fine, we did it. But we did go to the Sam Fish show for New Year's Eve. Really liked it. Good show. I was supposed to get another picture with her. I didn't. She's intimidating to me, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is, because she's a real cool person, real mellow, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about her intimidates me. I just, I feel like I'm imposing anytime I talk to her. It's like, you got things you're doing, you do your thing. And part of that may just be me being like introverted, but I don't know. I did get a card signed, one of the venue cards from my neighbor. He was like, "Can you get something signed for me?" I said, "Oh, absolutely, I can get something signed for you. That's not a problem." So I got that done, and Then, oh gosh, a couple weeks ago, we were in Clinton, Missouri. It was down like 50 Highway, central area. And we went out with the in-laws. That's funny. Anyway, uh, my sister-in-law used to do karaoke a lot. And she's okay, right? We're all okay. Nothing special about any of us, really. But to be able to go up there and do that, you know, you have to have a certain level of confidence. Some people can't carry a tune. There are some people that cannot. Anyway, she can. She has that ability. And she goes up there and she's like, I'm going to do karaoke. So she goes up there, she does her karaoke. She kind of choked a little bit. And she come back and she's just pouting at the table and boo hoo hoo hoo. Well, I am the kind of person that brings people up. I'm like the underwire support bra, right? I'm the cross your heart kind of guy. I will bring you up. I'll lift you up. So I was like, hey, you remember when we were in Springfield? And Springfield, Missouri, but there's a bar south of there, and Crazy Carl's or something, I don't know. It was a cool little bar. It was the only place that had food during COVID. I don't know how they got away with it, but I was damn glad they did because we were still running around and doing shit, right? So we go there, and they had karaoke that night. And I was like, we were hammered. I mean, we were drinking. And she was like, let's do karaoke. And I was like, good, we'll do, what are we going to do? She said, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That's a duet. We'll do that. I was like, yes, let's do that. Well, she chickened out. She chickened out on that shit. And I called her out on it a couple of weeks ago when we were down south. I was like, hey, we were going to do that when we were down in Springfield, and you chickened out on me. She's like, I'll do it. Let's do it. So she went from pouting and being a little crybaby to, yep, okay, I'll do it. Let's go. So I went up there and we like nailed it, right? I mean, we nailed it. And after that, she was up there every half hour or so doing another song, and the karaoke lady come by and, Cindy, do you have another song for me? You know, so it made her feel so much better. And that's what I do. Last weekend, well, yesterday, because it's Sunday, believe it or not, yesterday, we went to a four-wheel off-road park that they opened it up 6 months ago, but this weekend was their grand opening, and now they're like open 7 days a week. We went there for the grand opening yesterday, and Sherry, I went to St. Louis, and I bought Sherry a Jeep. I spent a little bit of coin on it. I mean, I don't spend a whole lot of money on vehicles, right? That's a $500 car. But anyway, I spent a little money on this Jeep. It's an older Jeep, nothing special, right? No fancy stuff on it, but we got a good bargain. St. Louis has treated us well with vehicles. Anyway, I pick it up, and we get home, we do a little fixing on it, take it on a road trip. Well, we take it four-wheeling yesterday. That went with us. I had to pull the Jeep out. We have to have something to pull the Jeeps out. Anyway, she did really well. Of course, she wants me to follow because I don't know that she's ever even been driven in the woods before, ever. So we're driving around and, she did great. And it builds her confidence, right? Lift you up. And that's just my message to everybody. Just, live life. Do something. If it's not local, you don't have anything to do local, travel. If you struggle to get out, that's a problem. That I understand that because Sherry working in the fields she's working in, there are children that are born and spend their entire lives in children's hospitals. They don't have an opportunity to do that. That's what makes like the virtual reality goggles, the VR goggles. I try to make charitable contributions to promote that, and they're not cheap, but they're affordable enough to where if you find a children's hospital with a program like that, you can donate money and get these kids some VR goggles so that they can at least feel something, some sort of serotonin in their brains. Because they have computers and they have tablets, they have Xboxes, but there is no connection to the outside world. So they can't like have friends and text and chat, in the games and stuff. That's the rules. That's the way the hospitals work. I know. I would like to change it too, but there's security issues, and it's completely understandable. But anyway, if you can go out and get off the couch, do it. Do something. Go to a show. Some people like going to the opera house and watching the whatever the hell they're called. I don't know. The opry. I don't know. But they like watching those things, or a play, or go out into the woods and do some driving or hiking. Sherry and I are going to do some hiking this spring. In 2 weeks, we're leaving to go to northern Georgia. We're going to be on that southern rim of the Blue Ridge Mountain area. It's beautiful down there. Still House, by the way. Apple Crisp whiskey, my favorite. Well, Still House is my favorite. Apple Crisp is good, but it's all corn stuff. Anyway, I geeked out on it. I got the chest pack and the dog whistle and the rape whistle and the bear spray and GPS, like the Garmin thing, and I've got compasses, but I had got a new compass too. It's only like $6, so whatever. But yeah, I got nerdy on it. We got some new hiking shoes. We're gonna drive down there in the Audi. So yeah, it's kind of weird saying honk at the little black Audi, the little yellow MG. Well, that was a whole different ball game because you were like the only one on the road in a little yellow MG midget. But this Audi, it's a popular car. A lot of people have them, and I do like it. Right, 30 miles a gallon. We set the cruise control. We're gonna cruise down there. Do Tail of the Dragon. If you have never heard of Tail of the Dragon, look it up. Of course, you get down in that area, North Carolina, Tennessee area. Almost all the roads are like that, driving down through the mountains. So I don't know if it's any more maintained than any of the others, but we're going to be doing a lot of driving through the mountains, top down. Hopefully, if it's not raining, it might be raining on us. But I'm excited, and I'm just feel so blessed that we get to go out and do things like that. And I hope you get to do that too. Go somewhere and do something. Was it Mike Davidson that went around last year and hit 6 or 7 Larkin Poe shows? Took a month's vacation. What a blessing, man! To just be able to go out and do your thing, and enjoy life, because tomorrow is not promised. That's one thing that's guaranteed. Tomorrow is never promised. Hey, I'm gonna have a drink. Cheers to you and the life you're living. Live it well. That's good stuff. I don't have my glasses, but I think it's 70 proof. Shit. I can't read. I don't know. 24% by volume. I can't tell. I'm sorry. I have glasses here somewhere. I promise you I do. And I'm not that disorganized, really. I'm not. I don't know where my glasses are. I've got 6, 7, 10 pairs. But I will tell you that Four Roses is a Kentucky bourbon, and it's time for a drink. Boom. So anyway, yes, it's going to be an exciting spring. I hope everyone that watches this has an amazing spring and lives life to the fullest. One important thing I do want to mention, though, next week, right? Good Friday. A lot of people say Easter Sunday because of the resurrection. I don't think for Jesus that was really all that important, or that big of a deal anyway. I mean, if you can resurrect yourself, it's not that big of a deal anyway. He resurrected a few people earlier, so what the hell? What's the difference? So the forgiveness was Good Friday. That was the day Christ was crucified. Was on a Friday, and it's been the holiday has followed the the moon cycle. So it's kind of a pagan time of year, a pagan holiday, but the sacrifice, the day the sacrifice was celebrated on. So they go by the moon, not by the day. I mean Friday, yes, but not by the week. That's why Fat Tuesday is always at a different point in the year, because Lent will start so many weeks before Good Friday. I'm sitting here saying Easter, but it's Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday starts like 40 days before Good Friday. And that's when people exercise Lent. I don't. I mean, I don't. I'm not a Catholic person. I am a Christian and a religious person, but I don't do all that. And I definitely don't take part in Fat Tuesday. That is not a party that I participate in. I mean, it's just an excuse to go out and be, I guess, careless and foolish. I don't know. That's just my opinion of it. If people want to go out and party, do their carnival, right, or whatever they want to do, whatever. I'm cool with that. Not my business. But I'm definitely not going to go out and do all those things to catch up for being good all year. I think we're made to try to be good consistently, regardless of what time of year it is. So anyway, I don't know. I'm not gonna claim to be innocent anyway, but I definitely believe it's a very important holiday, very important time of year. And regardless of what time of year it is, I think we should all try to treat our neighbors, those around us, meaning our neighbors, those around us, with the very best of intentions. And if somebody needs something, I think we need to try to help them out. Try to be that underwire. You know what I mean? I mean, not saying that I want to be offensive to anyone, but you never know when I'm gonna, who's transitioning this week. I don't know. It ain't going to be me. Anyway, I hope everyone has an amazing spring and has the opportunity to live life to the fullest. And, let me lift you up. Live vicariously through me if you can't. But I believe in you. I think you can. You can. So do it. Don't stop. Don't let anything stop you. Nothing's going to get in your way. Cheers, my friends. This is my drink for the night. And I'm signing off. Have a good one.